Hi everyone, and welcome to today's reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot, and this is my YouTube channel. A huge welcome to everybody who is returning. This honestly starts to feel like a broken record sometimes when I'm filming by myself, and then I truly tune into the energy, and I'm so grateful to have you all here. The energy just makes it all worth it. So I hope you're all well. I hope you are all looking after yourself and trusting your inner guidance always. Today's reading was suggested by a beautiful soul who's been with us for a very long time, Anchal, and I'm really excited to do this topic because I haven't done it before. So we're asking Spirit, how would a tarot reader describe you to them? Now, this reading is intended for the person that you already have on your mind, so it's very important that you start this reading with a specific person or the idea of a person on your mind. You can ask about a future spouse as well, but I highly recommend just having that. Don't just try to let me fill in the gaps, please. Let's make sure that we are approaching this reading with a sense of clarity so that we can get clear answers as well. Now, there will be an extended reading. I haven't 100% figured out what to do for the extended reading yet, so I'm going to pull cards at the end of this reading to see what else you need to know and how else we can offer you clarity, but also maybe some fun facts. Let's make the extended reading super fun as well. So we'll stay tuned for that. There'll be more about that in your groups. To do our group portion, I'm going to shuffle this deck of cards and then I'm going to assign a crystal to each group as well. A lot of you guys commented a few videos back saying that it's very helpful when there are objects with the cards because the cards alone are a bit tricky to pick. And I completely understand. So we're going to try this. I've been watching White Feather Tarot lately and I love when she does this. I think it's a beautiful way of connecting with you guys and keeping the readings a bit interesting too. So let's channel the energy of this beautiful collective. Spirit, those who have tuned into this video, how would a tarot reader describe group 1 to their person? How would a tarot reader describe group 2 to their person? Spirit, thank you. And group 3, how would a tarot reader describe group 3? Thank you. Okay, let's reveal the cards and then I'll find crystals for each of them as well. So for group 1, we have the prayer card, which is also the number 65. For group 2, we have the Mystic, which is also the number 21. And for group 3, we have the Riddle, which is also the number 3. So I'm just going to go and get those crystals now. Okay, we are back. I've chosen some crystals for you. Now the thing is, the other reason why I don't like to do crystals is because I love collecting rocks, but I'm not the best crystal buff. So I will talk about the ones that I know, but there's definitely going to be one that I don't know. So starting with group 1, you have the yellow calcite crystal to go with your prayer card. Group 2, you have my jade crystal, jade rock, to go with the Mystic. And group 3, I'm not too sure what yours is, but I do love this crystal. I don't use it very often. I just let it charge when I'm not using it, and every now and then it comes out for pick a group readings. I love it because we can see the layers here of how this beautiful rock was formed. So if you feel drawn towards the red heart, you'll be group 3. And if you know what that crystal is, please comment down below. Help this group out, let them know what it's called, and that can help them understand if they feel drawn to it. If I remember what it is, I will also label it in the description box. When you know which of these 3 groups you're feeling most drawn to, the link to your timestamps will be in the description box as I've just mentioned, or in the pinned comment, whichever is easiest for you. So jump ahead by clicking on your timestamp for your allocated group. If you need more help, I will include the 1-minute meditation. It's a guided meditation. It will be playing right after this clip, and that will help connect you to your intuition so that you can intuitively select a group you feel most drawn to. When you know where to go, click on that timestamp and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color. It could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hi, my group ones, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the prayer card or the yellow calcite crystal, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, everybody. We're asking Spirit, how does the person, or how would a tarot reader describe you to the person on your mind? There's going to be an extended, I do have my piece of paper here ready to take notes because I don't know what to cover in your extended reading yet. So we're going to talk about that at the end. But first off, let's have a look at how a tarot reader would describe you to the person on your mind. Starting with this beautiful energy here, I feel like the tarot reader would say that you're a very soft soul. You are somebody who has a strong amount of hope and faith in how life is going to be able to work out. You've also probably been through things that have helped shape your belief in a higher power or in how things eventually balance out. I think that you are somebody who is very convicted to your beliefs. The tarot reader would describe you as somebody with a very strong mind, at times stubborn, but definitely somebody whose mind is a bit of a fortress. I think that there's a lot of strength in your words, and I'm also hearing from your angels that there's a lot of power in your prayer. A tarot reader would tell your person that you aren't somebody to mess around with. Not only is your mind very strong, but your intelligence comes from experience. I believe that you're very good at reading people, and I think that you're somebody who a lot of people gravitate towards for good and bad. You come across as a light, a very bright person who stands out in the crowd and attracts a lot of attention. There's an energy of purity here as well. The tarot reader would tell your person that despite whatever you've been through, despite your age, your wisdom, your experience, you are still somebody who possesses this level of almost innocence, purity. And that comes down to the fact that you have this strong connection to source. And you seem to still be a student to life in many ways. You don't let your past jade you forever. Whatever you've been through is about getting through it so that you can be more available for what is to come. There's this energy here of at the time that this person would get this reading. So I almost feel like for this group, this person might actually get a tarot reading on you. Obviously, this is a big group, but at the time that they would get this reading, the reader would tell them that you are doing your best to stay hopeful, to stay positive, to stay optimistic, to stay open-minded, and to have that strong belief that everything is going to work out. You're a very grounded person, but there's this energy of your head looking up at the sky. Now, your number is the number 65. I feel like you may have had a history of getting too attached to things in the past, too attached to people, too attached to outcomes, to material possessions. But you may have been through something that really forced you to see how temporary those material attachments are. For some of you, this could have been like a natural disaster that took away some of those things from you. There's this energy here of loss teaching you about the cycle and about what is truly important. A tarot reader would tell your person that you're someone who is destined to have like a community around you. People listen to what you say, group 1. What you say bears impact because there's levels of compassion, experience, wisdom, interest when you talk to people and when people tell you their story. Whatever you say is very insightful, very helpful, and it has this beautiful way of creating a sense of purpose within that individual. You come across as somebody that can be very well spoken, and you may not feel like the most eloquent speaker, like you may sometimes struggle to say words, but what you say has meaning. Very impactful. Your angels are just saying that like your choice of words are very impactful because there's this energy here of you knowing how powerful prayer is, how powerful your thoughts are, your words are in creating the reality. You guys may need to work with, I believe it's Archangel Gabriel, just in relation to communication, your 5th chakra, not because there's any issues, but because you're so powerful. Archangel Gabriel is probably really helpful. That's sodalite. I just picked it because it's blue, but Amazonite is good for communication, which I always have because I tend to ramble. I honestly feel like you guys could go on to become mentors, public speakers, because there's this energy here of you being able to transmute intention into action through the words that you have, whether you're inspiring others or just trying to inspire yourself. The last thing that I want to say with this card before I get more cards is that a tarot reader would tell your person that you're somebody who is definitely destined to kind of achieve something quite great in your lifetime. There is this energy of some sort of like public platform or just a community of people around you, recognizing you and seeing you and lifting you up, supporting you, further motivating and inspiring you to achieve great things. And all these like little dotted circles on this card is making me think that overall you're somebody who is supposed to really cycle through a lot of beautiful big achievements, milestones and goals in life. You seem to be able to really push the limits of your avatar, of your physical vessel, to be able to achieve some pretty remarkable things. So that's what this card is telling me. Let's get some tarot out now. I'm going to pull this up a little bit so we have some more space to work with. Spirit, what would a tarot reader tell Group 1's person about Group 1? What would a tarot reader? We got a card already. We have the High Priestess coming out for you. Is that even focused? There we go. We also have the Strength card coming out. Spirit, what would a tarot reader tell Group 1's person about them? What would a tarot reader? We have the Knight of Cups. I was feeling love. One more card. Dang it, I should never say that because I always get two. We have the moon. So we got the sun and the moon out here now. And over here, oh my gosh, there's too many cards. Too many cards. All right, how are we gonna do this? Working with a limited canvas. Let me just see if I can go out even further, hopefully without distorting my lens too much. Oh my gosh. It's struggling to focus. Okay, this is a little bit better. Hopefully. It's not the best quality, which is really annoying. So over here we had the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Swords as well. And at the back of the deck is the Fool card reversed. So here's the thing. I hope you guys can see it. I know it's not the best quality picture-wise. That's really infuriating. But if we focus on that, we forget about the reading. So I'm just going to have to deal with the technology side of things for now. The thing is, you're a very strong... I don't know how to describe it. Sorry, I'm really struggling to put the words together here. Let me ground myself in your energy and get out of that frustration that I was feeling. Group 1, please, Spirit. You're such a mystery to this person. That's the best way that I could describe this energy. You're coming across as a mystery to them, Group 1. A tarot reader would describe you as an incredibly deep soul. And they would almost try to warn this person. Like, do you realize the depths of the person that you're inquiring about? I don't think everybody understands you. I don't think everybody appreciates you. I don't think everybody gets the privilege of peeling back all your layers and really seeing you for who you are. Because you come across as somebody that has a lot of layers, a lot of Pisces energy, a lot of mystery. And there's also just a lot of masking. And I don't think that you come across as a deceitful person, but you come across as a very complicated person, and you know how to shapeshift in order to make the people in the room more comfortable for you. This could be due to language differences. It could be due to the spaces that you're in. Maybe you're constantly around others who recognize you as being physically different, but there's almost this energy here of you needing to observe the person you're speaking to and then tailor your personality to match what they want from you. It does remind me of English as a second language speakers, ESL speakers, and how your whole tone of voice changes depending on what language you're speaking, and just trying to understand how to express yourself to fit that cultural expectation or that societal expectation. It also reminds me of people who have Gemini placements and how they become mirrors of whoever they're speaking to, either consciously or subconsciously. They start to kind of shape themselves to match the person that they're in communication with. So I believe a tarot reader would tell this person that you're a very strong, proud person with many different layers. And I don't think many people get to see all versions of you. There's an element of you that is very authentic and true to who you are. You're very proud and loud and creative, and you come across as this beacon, this sun that people gravitate towards. But that's just one layer. That's just the public image. The public image of you may be that you're strong and graceful and beautiful and you're powerful, and you may have really high expectations projected onto you. A tarot reader would tell this person that that's not an illusion, but it's not the full truth. You're also a very sensitive soul, and your sensitivities are not necessarily emotional, although are depths of emotion within you. Your sensitivities are spiritual. I believe that you are an empath. You're someone who's very connected to the collective energy, and your connectivity allows you to feel things within others, picking up on their moods, understanding their intentions, and also being able to discern the truth in a situation. A tarot reader would tell this person that you are highly intuitive, and they would even say, based on the cards that I'm seeing, that you may practice divination, or you may be interested in the occult. There is an energy here of you using your gifts, your connectivity to source, to spirit, to the collective, to be able to navigate the mysteries in life, where others are kind of left dumbfounded and going, what the heck was that about? Or where do I go to from here? You draw on your wisdom and your third eye to be able to navigate those challenges. Look at all these people, except for her, I think that's her, except for this soul, none of these people are looking. Their eyes are closed, and there's moons in nearly all of these cards. You see so much without even looking. A tarot reader would tell this person, be careful. Be careful. Group 1 is not somebody to mess around with. Group 1 is someone who feels deeply. They're highly sensitive, and they are almost 2 steps ahead of you most of the time. Unless they don't want to know something, then they'll always know something. So there is this strong energy here of you being a bit of a conduit as well. So a tarot reader would tell your person that you withdraw when you become overwhelmed or overstimulated or oversensitized, because you need to just protect yourself. You need to kind of go in your little cave, your cocoon, and you need to separate yourself from whatever feels like it's almost hurting you. I think because of this, you're very susceptible to attacks, to psychic attacks, to feelings of people just misusing that connection, like energy vampires who either expect too much from you or who take without giving as much as they expect to receive. A tarot reader who has the experience would also say that you're very much an old soul. You have a strong foot in this reality. You have a strong sense of purpose, passion, and direction, or at least you will have a strong purpose, passion, and direction in this lifetime. You're meant to leave an impact, but that comes from many past lives of experience. You're an old soul, very experienced, and in previous lifetimes you may have been more elusive, more mysterious, more kind of in the shadows as like a hidden figure. But I think that you're able to draw from experience from past lives by going through these intense upgrades of learning. And sometimes those intense upgrades of learning involve going through very hard challenges quite quickly to be able to remind yourself in the fabric of your coding, in terms of your light code as well as your DNA codes, what that experience is about, so that you can absorb it again and awaken that knowledge within you to be able to use it in this lifetime. Whereas people who haven't been through those things before, they go through those lessons for years until they figure it out. You probably went through it in a couple of months, maybe weeks, and then unlocked that knowledge to be able to move on to the next chapter in your coding. So you're very evolved, you're very experienced, and you're coming across as a form of light worker, but I don't think that your purpose is to actually be everybody else's crutch. There's an energy here of needing to do this for you in this lifetime. Do this for you. A tarot reader would say that you're a very beautiful person on the inside and outside, and because of that you attract a lot of attention. Some of it is unwarranted and unwanted, but a lot of it is attention from people who want to be a big part of your journey. You have a lot of loyal and loving supporters around you. And I think that there are depths to that love. I don't think it's all romance, although you do have a lot of people who see you in that way. I think you also have a lot of secret admirers with this mystery energy who just kind of lurk in the background, trying to find ways to observe you and to see what you're doing. But for the most part, you just have this warmth that a lot of people gravitate towards, and there's a genuine love here. A tarot reader would tell your person that you're a very romantic person at heart, but there's a awareness of that, the fact that this energy should not just be given freely. With the Knight of Cups and this eye closed and the moon, we give, what makes this energy so special is that we give it sparingly to who is meant to receive it. I believe a tarot reader would tell your person that you're somebody who loves deeply, proudly, loyally. You love with your heart, not with your head. Because of that, I feel like your lovers are very well taken care of, and maybe you had the tendency to lose yourself in your earlier relationships. But I do think that you'll be blessed in this lifetime with people who truly understand and cherish the unconditional love that you give. You've definitely had your heart broken over here with the Three of Swords reversed. A tarot reader would tell this person that you've seen the darker sides of humanity. You're not naive. There's an innocence about you, but you're not naive. With the Three of Swords reversed, you've been on the receiving end of some difficult decisions that involved you feeling a sense of loss and sorrow because another person chose to do something that left you high and dry. And it was in their best interest to do this, not yours. A tarot reader would tell this person with the Three of Swords reversed and the Seven of Swords, because remember they came out together, that you are unfortunately very aware of infidelity and cheating and how people like to tell little white lies to try to get away with bigger issues. I think your intuition is very good at discerning the truth as well. So I believe the tarot reader would tell this person, don't lie to them. They know. Before you even say it, they'll know. This person is very good at reading body language. A tarot reader would tell this person that you're very good at reading body language. You're very good at understanding people and reading through the lines of communication. I think that you're somebody who learned from a young age that you can't really change people. You've got to observe them for who they truly are and react accordingly. That's the thing. I don't know if I said this earlier, but that's why we have the Fool reversed. You're no fool. There's an innocence here because there's a desire to truly experience life as a human being and its depths, intricacies, and complexities. But we're approaching this experience with years, I'm hearing millennia of past lives. You're not a fool. You're not naive. But in this human experience, you're reincarnated to be somewhat innocent, to evolve beyond, and to experience love in its highest form, adoration in its highest form. I truly believe that you'll have people who just adore you, my group ones. And I'm also getting this energy from like a young person. So for some of you, there's like this energy of your child just truly worshipping you for who you are. Or it's just like a group of young people really gaining a lot out of your experiences and looking up to you. Not because you're a god. We're not talking about idolization. We're talking about how you are so raw and real about what you've been through, showing your vulnerabilities and your strengths to inspire others to step into their true power. So this isn't about creating a false image. This is about unveiling the most authentic image we have within ourselves. And I think that that's the most unique thing about this time that we're in. We're celebrating authenticity and being our most true, vulnerable selves instead of these expectations, at least in most societies, most cultures, instead of these expectations of being godlike figures. The only mystery is because you're protecting parts of yourselves that don't need to be in the public light. And like I said, you have so many layers, so people see that layer, but there's other sides to you that are really deep, that are very spiritual, and that are also seeking something incredibly meaningful. You want meaningful experiences, connections, and opportunities. I feel like you're coming across as a very patient person. I don't know if you would believe that, but a tarot reader would describe you as a very patient person. Unless it's right, unless it feels like it's going to be profound, then you'll just wait for that profound, right opportunity. So let's have a look at how a tarot reader would describe your relationship to one another. Spirit, how would a tarot reader describe Group 1's relationship with their person? Okay, first card is the Six of Cups. We have the Four of Wands reversed. We have the Ten of Cups upright. How would a tarot reader describe Group 1's relationship to this person, Spirit? Whoops. We'll take it. We have the Star reversed, and at the back of the deck is the Nine of Wands. I'm going to pull it down a little bit. Hopefully that's not distorting the clarity too much. I'm a little bit paranoid now that you guys can't see what I see, but that's all right. I'm just going to have a quick sip of my coffee while I marinate in this energy. I'm really feeling drawn to this Nine of Wands reversed. And I'm also getting a lot of fire in this connection. Like literally my eyes are just gravitating towards this carnelian. The thing is, yeah, all the red crystals are really standing out to me. I'm just getting this strong emphasis on passion. Your connection with this person, this is what a tarot reader would tell your person, is about trying to push through uncomfortable feelings, letting your pride dissolve a little bit to create more room for vulnerability. You've got to lower your guards in order to cultivate the type of connection that you two can have together. I believe a tarot reader would say that this connection is not going to be easy, but only when you fight it, only when you let the little stuff get in the way, only when you let pride and the perception of how things should be get in the way. You have to be flexible in order for this connection to work, and you will want it to work. Your relationship with this person is supposed to be filled with love, memories, many cherished memories. This is somebody you're supposed to have in your life for years. You may even have children with this person. But it feels like things are not always happy families. There's an energy here of having to let a caged bird fly. I believe that you are somebody who needs to feel a level of freedom. And a conventional relationship with this person may make things very complicated. So a reader would tell this person that the two of you have expectations that seem to get in the way of a happy, successful relationship. The two of you, with the Four of Wands reversed, need to push the other out of a comfort zone in order to experience the depths of fulfillment that this connection can offer. And a tarot reader would tell this person to be flexible, not stubborn, to be kind, not stoic, to be open to experimentation and change instead of holding on to a comfort zone. This is a connection that really pushes the two of you out of your comfort zones, but the reward is a deep sense of love, happiness, and emotional fulfillment that is experienced on layers. Like the Ten of Cups is not just about romance or love, it's about experiencing that wholesome sense of connection that comes through friendship and family as well. So there is all of that with this person. The two of you have a strong foundation of just understanding each other that gets you through a lot of challenges. This is somebody who is meant in some capacity or another to be in your life for a very long time. A tarot reader would tell this person that the two of you will have a period where you need to be more focused on yourselves, where you need to heal individually. You need to give each other space to be able to address wounds from childhood, but also as an adult. There will be triggers that you're not anticipating. And these triggers are there to awaken an individual sense of purpose and direction. The future of this connection depends on how you're able to cultivate this individual sense of purpose and direction. After having many shared memories and experiences together, there'll be a turning point. And you can't let pride get in the way, but it does feel like the inspiration is the hurt. The inspiration for all of the healing and this pursuit of happiness comes from a feeling of hurt in this connection. So with the Star reversed, there will be a period where you don't get to experience each other's light. And I feel it more for this person. But it could be you, my viewer, as well. A tarot reader would tell this person that you two have a lot of beautiful shared memories, but this connection was not meant to create a comfort zone or a safety net. It was supposed to offer inspiration and challenges that inspire redirection, because we couldn't have continued to do the same thing over and over and over again in this connection, or we never would have achieved what we set out to do when we chose to reincarnate in this lifetime. So I believe that there is this energy here of loving and leaving. It doesn't have to be forever, but there's definitely a period here of needing to love and leave the other. Let's see how a tarot reader would describe the future of this connection now. How would a tarot reader describe the future of this connection to Group 1's person spirit? We have the Magician reversed. How would a tarot reader describe the future of this connection? We have the Chariot upright, Temperance, and we have the Knight of Wands reversed with the Page of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So the future of this connection, I definitely see an opportunity to come together, to reconcile, for lack of a better word. But reconciliation is about what you want. I believe that the future of this connection is still in the early stages with the Magician card reverse. It's really about what you make of it. Your communication, your actions, or what you choose not to do is what is going to dictate the movement in this connection. I believe with the Magician reverse, you're both still in a space where you're very focused on yourself, and you're playing this weird game where like you're withholding certain ideas or information on purpose while also still peering over your shoulder, thinking and wondering what the other person is doing. If you are in separation, the two of you are more focused on yourselves, keeping thoughts of this person and this connection at the back of your mind. If you aren't in separation, there has been a wedge implanted between you as an idea of what you need to start focusing on for self. There is this energy forming in this connection of, wow, I really need to start doing this or doing something for myself. And whatever this is, it feels like an idea that can offer you a turning point of passion or interest. There's a lot of inspiration and curiosity here, but it seems to be focused more on self. From there, I do see movement and travel. So if the two of you are at a distance, there may be an opportunity to come together and to physically see each other soon. If you're in separation, this could feel like you're moving further away before you actually get the opportunity to be face to face. And I think the future of this connection is about the fundamental energies behind the Chariot, which are willpower, determination. It feels like you're both still, you have a lot to prove to yourselves and to the other person here. If you share children with this person, I believe that they will be trying to really step up to be a strong parent. There's an energy here of nurturing in a very sort of parent and child role. And this is also a reminder of your connection being intricate and having very many layers. So depending on how long you've known this person, I feel like even though they may not be as present, doesn't mean that they don't care. There's still a lot of love here, a lot of respect here, and a lot of respect for the space that you each may need. The Chariot does feel about does feel like, sorry, I'm really stumbling over my words now. Where's that Amazonite crystal? The Chariot does feel like success and being motivated to achieve success for sentimental purposes and because you really want things to be right. Now, in terms of the connection itself, the Temperance card is talking about balance, peace, understanding, equal give and take, and this sort of reciprocity of reconciliation. So I do think that this connection has a high chance of reconciliation in the near future, of being able to reach a state of peace and understanding and being on the same page. Reconciliation with Temperance doesn't look like things going back to how they were. It looks like things adapting to look at how you can coexist peacefully and what that looks like now, based on your present circumstances and based on the future that you each aspire to have. There's this feeling of doing it for other people. So you guys may feel pressured to kind of get to this place because of other loved ones. Could be children, could be parents, could be friends. But I do think that there will be from the goodness of my heart, like I'm putting this aside and I'm just focusing on getting to that space with you. A tarot reader would tell this person that the future of the connection with the Knight of Wands reversed is about trying to keep that peace and trying not to piss the other person off, for lack of a better word. I think with the Knight of Wands reverse, there's still an energy of doing what I want to do, even if it's not what you want to do. So you two may get to this level of understanding and peace, but that you still need to be able to work towards the things that you want to do. So you're still keeping parts of your own journey separate from this connection to be able to protect your passions, your interests, and your choices. With the Knight of Wands reversed, you're still carving a line towards your future and thinking of yourself. So a tarot reader would say that, you know, whatever's happened in this connection hasn't slowed this person down. They've just gained momentum and they've gained interest towards the things that they're passionate about. And they really want to pull this off. They're going to try to figure out a way to do that despite whatever happens to this connection. With the Page of Pentacles being here, I believe that this connection still has a lot of potential. I think that overall, a tarot reader would tell your person that the future of this connection is just sort of forming. There's still a lot of ways that it can go. There's a lot of opportunities between the two of you for things to get better or for things to continue to be the way that they have been. The ball is definitely in your courts when it comes to communication and action. And it feels like this connection could move very slowly if you each choose to withhold communication and action. If you don't want to do anything, say anything, then nothing's going to happen. But as soon as you choose to take the mask off, to leave the pride at the side, and to communicate authentically, things start to move, things start to change. So that is what I'm seeing for you, sweet souls. That is how a tarot reader would describe you to them. I'm going to take this into your extended now. And I think in your extended reading, I do want to get channeled messages from this person. I want to have a look at what they want to say to you. What do they want you to know? I also want to have a look at advice. What is in your best interest with this connection? Because regardless of whether you're in union or separation, I do feel like this connection is at a turning point, and I think it would be very helpful for you to know what you should do. So that is what we're going to cover in your extended. If anything else pops up, we will address it. But I really just want to fill in the gaps from your side of things. So we're going to get channeled messages from them. What do they want you to know, and what is in your best interest when it comes to this connection? If you would like to extend your reading and join me in the extended, the link is in the description box, and it will also be in the pinned comment. That link takes you to my website where I host a lot of extended readings, so please make sure you click on the right group. Remember, your group 1 of the How Would a Tarot Reader Describe You to Them reading that I posted in May 2024. I really had to think about that. It's been a pleasure to read for you, group 1. Thank you so much for all of your time, your energy, and your support. If you have a different person in mind, you're welcome to join me in a different group and see where you feel called to next. If this is where you're leaving us, thank you so much for being here, for this energy exchange, and for trusting me with your messages. I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Until we meet again, bye. Group 2s, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this mystic card or the beautiful jade crystal here, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome, group 2. I'm going to put your crystal heart up there. We're asking Spirit today, how would a tarot reader describe you to the person on your mind? There will be an extended reading, as I mentioned in the intro. We'll talk more about your extended reading at the end. I don't know at this stage what we're going to cover. We'll just get as much information as we can here on YouTube, and whatever is left unsaid and whatever Spirit believes should be brought to light, we'll cover in your extended. So let's get into it. This card, as you may have seen in the intro, was shuffled out intentionally, group 2. Spirit does have a message with this card alone. So how does this person see you, or how would a tarot reader describe you to this person, should we say? Sorry, I'm getting like mixed messages. How would a tarot reader describe you to your person? With the mystic coming out, I feel like a tarot reader would tell your person that you're somebody who is very observant. The thing about the mystic is you seem to be on a journey of seeking. So you seem to also have a very strong attention focused on this person. And I believe that a tarot reader would tell your person to be very careful about what they do and to make sure that their actions are clear. You seem to really be keeping an eye on this person. A tarot reader would tell your person that you already have a fascination, a curiosity. You may already feel very drawn to this person. And a tarot reader would tell this person that they should approach this situation with caution, unless this is a situation that they are wanting to dive deeper into. I almost feel like a tarot reader would warn this person about you, my viewer, because you're coming across as a very powerful energy who brings a lot of focus. And I think it's that you kind of know what you want with this person, or you know that you want this person. And this person has to be very careful about what they do, because I also think that you're quick to kind of judge or observe them for what they're about, for what they could do as well. So let's get some more cards out. I'm not getting very much out of that. I want to get more cards out here. Spirit, what would a tarot reader tell group 2's person about them? What would a tarot reader tell group 2's person about them? Tune me into group 2's energy, please, Spirit. We have the Bear, danger, especially in money matters. What would a tarot reader tell group 2's person about group 2? We also have Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. One more card from this part of the deck, please, Spirit, for my group Tills. We have Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. And from this part of the deck, can we get a card? How would a tarot reader describe group 2 to their person, Spirit? We have be aware of self-delusion. Yeah, I definitely think a tarot reader would warn this person about you, sweet soul, because you come across as somebody who could get very attached to this person. A tarot reader would, first of all, be like, what are your intentions with group 2? Because group 2 is not playing games. Group 2 seems to... You guys are coming across as somebody who commands a lot of attention. And I feel like there's 2 levels to this energy. On one level, there is a need to be careful. The tarot reader would warn your person, be careful about what you do, because karma seems to be paying a very close eye to y'all's connection. And if this person were to do something that may be deemed as malicious or deceptive, I feel like karma would come around pretty quickly. It's not that y'all are best friends or anything, but I think that karma is really trying to use this connection as a lesson, and the lesson is being shoved in this person's face. The other side of this energy is that a reader would tell this person that group 2 is somebody who doesn't have a lot of capacity right now. Group 2 has stuff weighing them down, stuff kind of filling up a lot of energy. Y'all may come across as very responsible people, or just people that have a lot going on. So I think a reader would tell this person, like, don't mess around, please. Like, be gentle with group 2. Be careful with group 2. Don't do anything unless you have good intentions, because this is not somebody to mess around with. And it's coming across in a very unprofessional way, because, like, if this reader is reading for your person, right, your person is their client, but they're saying to their client, like, be gentle, be careful, you know, don't mess around with group 2, don't hurt group 2. So I think with all of these references to money, there is something going on here about your energy impacting this person's finances. A reader would warn this person. They almost have to choose between you and their money, between this connection and their career or their study. A reader would tell this person, have you got your priorities straight? Because either you're playing games with group 2 or group 2 is going to end up playing games with you. This connection seems to get in the way of other priorities, other responsibilities, and basically other kind of like focuses that group 2, this person should have. I think a reader would say that this is a connection that seems to kind of stroke an ego perspective of life. I think that there's something about this connection that doesn't seem to be fair. It seems to be at times very self-serving, and there seems to be a push and pull in this connection of trying to kind of make the connection work on specific terms that suit individual needs. The oracle cards are interesting because regardless of whether this is a romantic connection, a platonic connection, a familial connection, there's this reference here to there being like a power struggle between you two. And a tarot reader would tell this person that you, my viewer, have the tendency to make this person get a little bit lost. Instead of focusing on the bigger picture of why, you make this person focus more on the what, What is right here, right now? What is this? What is that? What? So this person has the tendency in this connection to hyperfixate on specific aspects instead of looking at the bigger picture, and that may be a reciprocal energy, like you may resonate with that as well. But I think a reader would tell this person that this is a connection that seems to really draw out almost self-destructive behaviors, not because we're trying to self-sabotage anything, but mostly because there's a lot of feelings here of either competing with each other or trying to kind of look over your shoulder and see what each other is doing instead of focusing on the road ahead and what you've got to kind of manage in front of you. And because of that, a reader would say that one of both of you, and I'm having a hard time discerning the difference between your energy, group 2, so you and this person may mirror a lot of each other's behaviors. It's not crystal clear who I'm talking to, whether I'm like talking to you or this person. So I feel like the two of you, it's a very messy, and it could also be that maybe a lot of you chose this group. I don't know. Without revealing too much, let me know in the comments below. Did you pick group 2? Because I feel like a reader would say to this person that you both have this tendency to use this connection as a distraction or as like a temporary band-aid to either distract you from bigger issues in your life or to kind of distract you from other things that just don't seem to be going right. And I think that this is a connection that there's an energy here, there is a referencing here to your past, and the way that it kind of is coming through is like there are good times and then there are challenging times in this connection, but the overall energy seems to have been more positive in the past. A reader would really question this person and say, like, what are you doing here? Because I'm seeing a lot of mess. I'm seeing a lot of confusion. I'm seeing a lot of challenges. What is the point of this anymore? Why are you doing this to each other? And what are you planning to do to move this connection forward? So let's get some tarot out here on the table, shall we? Spirit, what would a reader tell my group 2's person about group 2? What would a reader tell my group 2's person about group 2. The first card we have is the Page of Pentacles. Is that even showing? Not really. There. What would a tarot reader tell? We also have the Nine of Cups reversed. What would a reader tell this person about group 2? We have Justice reversed. There's that unfair energy, the Knight of Swords. And at the back of the deck, we have the Queen of Wands. So here's what I'm kind of seeing here. A tarot reader would tell your person that you are someone who is at a point in this connection or in your own journey where you are really trying to do what is best for yourself. You're not in the capacity to give unless you know that that energy is going to be very reciprocal. I feel like a tarot reader would tell this person that you're somebody who has a lot of potential, but you're also somebody who seems to be in a mindset where you're very focused on what isn't going right in this connection. And this could be your approach to life right now in general. Like maybe you're going through a difficult time and it's very hard for you to see things working out in your favor. You may have a little bit of like a pessimistic outlook right now. But I don't think that you are like this with everybody. I think a tarot reader would tell this person that you are somebody who is struggling with personal boundaries. And this is a connection that seems to push you into each other's energies in a way where there is an energy here of codependency, of expecting an excessive amount of emotional fulfillment from each other. And the only reason why it's excessive is because we don't have a lot to give in return with the Nine of Cups reversed. And so we feel like we're always depleted. And regardless of whether we're giving or receiving, we're always depleted. I think that overall, a tarot reader would really pull your person to the side and go, listen, this is an energy in terms of you, group 2, that is evolving, that is trying to develop and become better in some capacity. And the capacity seems to be about growth, with the Page of Pentacles choosing to present. You're currently a student in life, and what you're learning and what you're trying to develop is the ability to take care of yourself in the best possible way. Not only elevating your lifestyle, but also knowing that you can offer yourself security, stability, and experience that feels right for you and your personality. You seem to be very much in this energy of development. A tarot reader would tell this person that you are very cautious right now about the commitments you have, about the relationships you have. Some of y'all could have been going through a divorce with this Justice card, but it feels like the reason why you're being careful is because you know what it's like to be on the receiving end of a bad outcome, of having other people kind of get the better offer or the better opportunity and you having to accept less than what you deserve. A tarot reader would tell this person that you are somebody who kind of has to look out for themselves first before you can give to other people right now. And I feel like a tarot reader would highlight your connection and just go, listen, what is the nature of this connection? How long have you known this person? Honestly, if I was reading this person for you, I would have more questions than answers because, again, regardless of whether this is romantic, platonic, familial, there is an indication here of this being a very unfair connection, an unfair energy. And there seems to be an injustice here in your connection, which comes down to emotions not being recognized and emotional capacity being limited. So I feel like a tarot reader would tell this person that with the Knight of Swords being here, there has to be some sort of action that needs to change in this connection to be able to better identify why we have this person in our lives and what we're expecting out of this situation with them. A tarot reader would tell your person with the Knight of Swords that you, my viewer, are somebody who doesn't want to kind of wait around and see how this is going to work out. You're expecting fast results. You're expecting quick action. And you're also expecting somebody who knows what they want and who can really follow through, walk the walk and talk the talk. So I feel like you're at a point in your journey where you're not wanting to waste time with people who don't know what they want and who are here to just kind of take more than they give. I do think this Knight of Swords is representative of clear action and a very quick sort of action being taken. But I think with the Queen of Wands at the back of the deck, a tarot reader would also tell this person that you're somebody who knows the light that they radiate. You know how to attract what you want. You're very good at manifesting. You're very good at attracting. And you also come across as somebody who's very resourceful. Some of y'all could have a creative streak. You could be very good at creating in a musical sense or in like an art-based sense where you're using mediums and textiles to create images or pictures or paintings, portraits, whatever it is. But this is being mostly shown as a resourceful energy. You're at a point in your journey where you know how to turn your energy into a magnet instead of a net. You're not out here trying to catch anything. You're trying to attract it to you. Minimal effort, maximum results. So it could come down to this mysticism energy. Y'all could have a really strong connection to your spiritual beliefs. But I also think that you don't have to be very hoodoo voodoo in order to know how to do this. I think that the Queen of Wands is talking about you as somebody who just knows how to put the right energy out there, and you're not afraid to see those results come your way. I feel like a tarot reader would either be talking to this person about you because this person doesn't know you very well, or because they haven't gotten to know you very well recently. So either you haven't had the opportunity to show this person what's going on in your life yet, or they haven't had the chance to really catch up with you and know you on a deep level recently. Because there is this feeling here of this person coming to a reader to kind of gauge where you're at in life and to kind of figure out how the two of you could be compatible in each other's journeys. And I feel like more than anything, a reader would tell this person a bunch of warnings and then explain like why you are the way that you are. You're very focused on your own success with this Queen of Wands. There is a selfish energy here, and it's not a bad energy. That word has a negative connotation to it, but I don't mean to use it that way. This Queen of Wands knows what she is, knows what she brings, knows what she can offer, and she is not settling for less. She's raising the bar of expectations to its peak, and she's trying to draw an equally regal, royal energy towards her, regardless of gender. I'm just talking about her as a her because it's a queen energy. So I feel like a reader would give this person a lot of warnings. None of these things are technically red flags, but in terms of compatibility, this person needs to know what they want, and they need to make sure that they don't bring any of this unjust, unfair, imbalanced, lack of care energy into your life. They also need to treat you as somebody who is developing, who is growing, who is still unlocking their full potential, while also having a lot of patience and compassion for you as you work yourself through this transition period in your life. A tarot reader would say that you are struggling and there are challenges in your life, but you're doing the best that you can. So if this person is approaching you with judgment or with an inability to have the patience and compassion required, they should just leave you alone. That's what a tarot reader would tell this person. Let's keep moving forward. I want to have a look at what a tarot reader would say in terms of why the two of you are in each other's lives. I'm going to leave that card there. Spirit, what would a tarot reader say to my group? Oops. No, you don't. I'm having a hard time picking those cards up. I might just leave them there. Okay. What would a tarot reader say in terms of why these two came into each other's lives? Oops. Oh no, that's right. Spirit for my group twos. Why did group 2 come into this person's life? On the left. There we go. And why did this person come into group 2's life? My viewer on the right. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get some tarot cards. Why did group 2 come into this person's life, Spirit? Why did group 2 come into this person's life? We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Emperor. All right. And on the other side, Spirit, why did this person come into group 2's life? Strength coming out reversed. And we have Justice. This deck feels very messy at the moment. We have the King of Cups reversed at the back of the deck. Let me just fix my camera. Okay, so let's talk about it. We've got you over here and why this person came into your life, and we've got your person over here and why you came into their life. Now, with the Mystic in the middle and this King of Cups, let's not forget about him. Again, sorry for using genders, it's just because it's a king. I feel like the connection in general is a connection that's supposed to trigger your subconscious feelings and fears. I don't know if this is a connection that will achieve long-term union for all of you, but this is definitely a connection that should involve collaboration and partnership at one point in your journeys. There definitely seems to be heart activations here. I'm actually seeing a portal in your hearts. So you were souls that were supposed to connect in this lifetime. And I think that your connection in this lifetime is also supposed to unlock a closer connection to the divine by making you seek more and want more for yourself. This is a connection that definitely has a lot of potential. And a reader would tell your person that this could be a very significant relationship in their life if they put in the right amount of effort. This is not a promised connection. There seems to be an energy here of kindred spirits. So y'all may have known each other in past lives for Juno to pop out, and there is an energy here of romance with the 5th house here. So regardless of whether this is a romantic connection for all of you, the way that you impact this person seems to be about making them question their approach to life, by making them understand more about how they deny their inner child's ability to experience, express, and play. Y'all seem to make this person feel so serious, so serious. The way that you impact this person is by making them realize how much they hold back when it comes to their experience of life. And I feel like this person will constantly compare themselves to you, my viewer. A tarot reader would tell this person that you inspire jealousy, you inspire envy, you inspire passion, frustration, desire, and hunger for more. You are somebody who can bring out these really beautiful qualities of an inner child who is playful, joyful, opportunistic, present, romantic, and honestly just pure at heart. But with the 5th house reversed and the Emperor here upright, if this person doesn't give themselves the chance to step back and reflect on how they are at times standing in their own way, well, then they project a heavier feeling of why can't I be more like this all the time onto you, the viewer, and this connection. So this could be a connection that ends up being a big part of each other's lives. And then because of the time that you spend together or the circumstances in which you're in each other's lives, there seems to be a lot of ups and downs in this connection. You impact this person by making them realize how they want to make big changes to the things that they were conditioned to believe were important to them. This person may have, by the time that y'all really impact each other's lives, been working hard at mastering or building a future that revolves around somebody else's plans for them. With the Eight of Pentacles reversed, y'all see each other through major lifestyle changes, a huge career change for some of you, or a huge awakening in that's not what I wanted, that's what you wanted. And this could have been a parent, a father figure, or a very strict person who projected this idea of success onto your person, making them believe that this was how they needed to be in life in order to be successful. This person feels like a little bit of a rebel at heart, and they come across as somebody who is very loyal, but a little bit hard to kind of pin down. They have to want things for themselves. If you tell this person how to live their life, they'll throw it back in your face and do the exact opposite, even if it makes them miserable, because their rebellious streak is about kind of needing to do things for self. As soon as anybody else puts pressure on them, makes them feel like they're in an ultimatum, they don't want to do it. They can't do it. It's uncomfortable now. Well, it's not the same now that you want me to do it. I need to want it for myself. There is a stubbornness in this person's energy, and they don't truly understand the detrimental aspect of that stubbornness until they encounter you and the depths of this connection. This connection that definitely brings a lot of shadows to light with that King of Cups reverse. This connection makes this person see themselves for who they truly are. And I think they realize how much of their parents they are. They realize how much they've kind of been modeled and conditioned to be somebody that they actually don't want to be. For some of y'all, they even despise this person who they end up becoming. But they don't see that until they really meet you. So that's how you impact them. A reader would tell this person that they impact you by making you question the constructs of connection. This Juno energy is a very beautiful energy of a soulmate connection and feeling drawn to somebody in quite a deep but healing way. There is also an energy here of trying to understand yourself in other people. I'm just going to quickly double check to see if there's anything that I'm missing here, because Juno is very active and I might not be remembering everything the way that I should be. Fruits. I have pomegranate in my what do you call it? Fridge. Yeah. Harmonious, commitment, trust, equality, support, cooperation, and infidelity. It's interesting that we have that energy reversed with justice upright. So I think that the way that this person impacts you, my viewer, is by ultimately showing you that you have to put yourself first, regardless of your responsibilities, regardless of your connection, regardless of the level of commitment that you find yourself in. You have to be able to put yourself first. You have to be able to at least be committed, loyal, and supportive to yourself first and foremost. This connection may have a harsh lesson in how to be more fair, understanding, patient, and self-focused. I feel like a reader would say that you're somebody who gets stronger. You're not going to let any challenges or experiences that are less than beautiful stop you by making you weak and by keeping you in a vulnerable place. A reader would tell this person that you impact them by making them stronger and by showing them. Sorry, I'm just realizing that I'm probably confusing you with how much I'm changing the language. Making you, my viewer, stronger, because this person shows you that there are so many ways that you are stronger than what you originally believed. The thing with the Strength card reversed is y'all have a lot of depths to your strength. There is a resilience and a softness and a hardness to your ability to show up for yourself. And I feel like you and this person, for some of y'all, may have kids together or may birth projects together or may create things together. And you, because of that, are given the opportunity to see how deeply and devoted you are, how deeply you love and how devoted you can be. I feel like this is a connection that shows you how colorful and how much of a spectrum love is, group 2. This is definitely a connection that is very unique to the human experience. I think that your souls agreed to come into union in this lifetime to teach each other about the complexities of human-based love and what it means to love as a human being in its spectrum. There are times in this connection where you're forced to shun this person out so you can reclaim space for self. That's the fair thing to do. That's the right thing to do. But there will be times in this connection where the boundaries get blurred and you're sacrificing self for this person. Now, a very unique situation that I'm seeing is that some of y'all will already be in a commitment when you meet this person, which makes your commitment to them taboo. It feels wrong because now we've complicated the situation and we've made a bit of a mess of something that was supposed to be pure and almost sacred. Take that if it resonates. But the overall themes here in how this person impacts you, my viewer, is by highlighting to you both the pros and cons of commitments, fidelity, support, and this attachment-based love. They seem to be here to highlight to you how differently your love can be. And the thing is, overall, I do think that this connection is quite special. I think that this connection has a very soft part in your heart. But I think there are times when you really question your loyalty, your love, and the amount of space that you hold for this connection. So let's move forward. I want to have a look at more now when it comes to why this person would get a reading on you. Because for group 1, I kind of got very obvious feelings and answers about their person getting a reading. But I want to get more information for you. So Spirit, for my group 2s, why would their person get a reading on group 2? We have the Sun reversed and we have the waning gibbous moon reversed. We should have done this in the beginning. I apologize. Waning crescent moon. This person would get a reading on you, group 2, because they weren't happy. Because they would feel like this connection is coming to an end. And they would go to a reader because they heard that that's what people do when they need answers and when they're desperate. This person would go to a reader when they're feeling really down and desperate. And they would ask a reader, what is the future of my connection with group 2? Where are we at? Because I feel like group 2 is slipping through my fingers. I feel like group 2 isn't telling me everything. And I feel like group 2 and I are over, but I still hope for a new beginning. I still hope for the ability to tell group 2 and show group 2 how I truly feel. I really hope that my first impression on group 2 doesn't get in the way of my love for them and of my attraction to them. I really hope it isn't truly over. I feel very inexplicably drawn to group 2, almost to the point where I'm, dreaming about them nonstop. I'm thinking about them nonstop. I feel delusional towards group 2. So I just need to know where I stand. What do they think of me? What is their current energy towards me? What is the future of our connection? Is group 2 my soulmate, my life partner? And is it possible to reinvent this connection? What are the unexpected surprises that could potentially happen between us? Should I reach out to group 2? Group 2's blocked me. I don't know what to do. I feel like I have a lot of love here. What about our children? What about the future that we've created for one another? Like, what about the love we have for one another? Is it possible to communicate this to them? Are they thinking about me too? Is group 2 happy? What have they been doing since I've been gone? And how is group 2's future changed? How are their attachments to their future changed? I feel like with this 10th house, they would actually ask a tarot reader about your idea of commitment and whether you let this person go in order to be more true to another commitment in your life, to another partnership in your life. This person will have felt very lucky to have met you. So the only circumstances in which they would actually communicate with a reader seems to be when they feel like your connection is coming to an end. So I feel like that would be a pretty rare situation. Let's get some closing messages now. Spirit, what am I supposed to cover in the extended reading for my group 2s? We have waning gibbous moon. What am I supposed to cover? We have 7th house. We have Aries, and we have last quarter moon. So this is quite a clear message. Let me get my piece of paper. For your extended reading group 2, I'm going to summarize your reading here on YouTube with advice, but I just want to get this out of the way. For your extended reading, I'm going to ask Spirit, first of all, if this is someone you don't know yet, do you know this person already? This is specifically for my people who asked about a future spouse, etc., or somebody that you've recently met and you're kind of confused. Do you know this person already? Waning gibbous moon is also going to ask about an ending. Is there an ending in your connection? And if there really is, we're going to just check what that ending is. Because there's also an energy here of rebirth. We're also going to ask Spirit with the 7th house about the nature of your connection, because this also seems to be a connection that offers partnership and commitment. So we're going to clarify what that is. What is the nature of your connection to one another? The other energy over here with Aries and the last quarter moon is about cycles. So I do think that a lot of this will be covered in the previous questions, but I think that we need a question that kind of summarizes this person's place in your life, their importance, and how the two of you evolve together. So I don't know how to summarize that. Importance and evolution. This is a connection that seems to change and evolve and adapt. So that's what we're covering in your extended reading, my group 2. Do you know this person already? Is there an ending in your connection? And question marks around the rebirth. What is the nature of your connection to this person in terms of commitment, in terms of partnership? What is the importance of each other's energies in your lives, and how does this connection evolve over time? If you want those additional messages, and if you're interested in extending your reading with me, the link to your extended reading will be in the description box and the pinned comment. That link takes you to my website, the Supportive Hermie page, where I host a lot of different readings, so please make sure you click on the right reading before you purchase it. Remember, your group 2 of the How Would a Tarot Reader Describe You to This Person reading that I posted in May 2024. Let's close your reading out now by getting some advice for you, group 2. For my viewers who are watching this, at the time that they see this video, Spirit, what advice do you have for them to summarize their reading today? What advice do you have for group 2 to help summarize their reading today? We have the Hanged Man reversed. We have the 3 of Swords upright. We have the King of Swords reversed and the Six of Swords upright at the back of the deck. The first thing I'm noticing is communication. There's a lot of Swords cards here. I think Spirit's encouraging you to have those difficult conversations. Not every difficult conversation is going to lead to an ending, but it is important that we have these conversations so that we can know where we stand and so that we can be well informed about the decisions that we make. You and this person need to clear the air here. You need to rip the band-aid off and address things head on. It's important that you do that before you choose to make a decision when it comes to this person, this connection, and how to move forward. I can see that the goal here is using conversation to create a path forward. I do think that your spiritual team is highlighting the importance of being a bit selfish here with your actions. Ultimately, we're having these conversations so that we can move ourselves forward in our journey. Y'all have an energy here of trying to heal and move forward with your life. So if you can do that with this person, communication will be the best way to gauge. If you can't do that with this person, communication will be the best way to gain closure so that you can start to make those decisions for yourself to help you move forward. With the Hanged Man reverse, your spiritual team is saying you don't have all the information and you're very much looking at the situation through one specific perspective. You don't have the real perspective of the circumstances. You're either looking at the situation with rose-colored glasses or through a version of reality that is very distorted in a negative way. So we need to clear the air, communicate, rip the band-aid off, and then make these decisions to help ourselves heal and move forward. That is what I'm seeing for you, my group 2s. I'm going to end your reading here and take this into the extended reading now. So if you're joining me there, I will see you soon. If you're not joining me there, thank you so much, all of you, for your support right here on YouTube. It's always a pleasure to connect, and I really appreciate this energy exchange. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Let me know that you were group 2 in the comment box below. And consider subscribing and joining the family if you haven't yet. And I also, before you go, one more thing. I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Thank you for all your time, your energy, and your support. Until we meet again, bye. Hi group 3 and welcome to your reading. It is so lovely to have you all here. We're asking Spirit, how would a tarot reader describe your energy to your person? So it is important that you come to this reading with a specific person or concept of a person in mind. You don't have to necessarily know this person already, but I do recommend that you either have a specific person or like the idea of a person in mind. So if you don't know this person's name and you're asking about like a future partner or a future friend, that is completely fine as well. It's completely fine as well. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, sweet souls, I'm really excited to get into this for you. I've done a little bit of meditation in the background. We may be here for a little while, so I highly recommend that you get yourself comfortable, do what you can to just settle in and make the most out of our time together. Now this card, you saw me live shuffle it probably. It's no mistake. It's here for a reason. It's here to tell us more about your person. I really feel like a tarot reader would describe you as somebody who doesn't kind of show this person the full picture. I feel like a tarot reader would tell this person that you're hiding something. You haven't fully opened up to them, or you haven't fully revealed everything to them. I feel like there's more to you here than what actually meets the eye. This riddle energy is alluding to some sort of illusion, a little bit of mystery, and also a little bit of like a hidden puzzle when it comes to you. and when it comes to like who you are and your most true self. A tarot reader would tell this person that they haven't seen your most true self yet. They've only gotten one layer of who you are. So let's get some more cards out here. Spirit, what would a tarot reader tell this person about group 3? What would a tarot reader tell this person? We have acorns coming out. What would a tarot reader tell this person about group 3, Spirit? We have demons. What would a tarot reader? We have snail. And we have onion. I'm hearing Shrek instantly. Etching Press also came out and playing cards. Yeah. Onions have layers is what's really coming out. Onions have layers. So here's the thing. I do believe that between the two of you, a tarot reader would say that this connection is not always positive. There seems to be a toxic energy here, an energy in which there are you are not seeing the best of each other, is what I feel. A tarot reader would tell this person that you kind of trigger each other's either insecurities or each other's demons. There is a darker aspect of your personalities that seem to be present here. A tarot reader would tell this person that you are somebody who has a lot more to offer than what you're showing them, but you're also somebody who's very protective over their resources. You're somebody who's playing the long game. You are somebody who seems to be trying to kind of make sure that you don't reveal too much too soon. You're holding back. A tarot reader would tell this person that you're holding back. You don't want to show everything, and you're not being completely open and honest about who you are, about what you have to offer, and about what you bring to the table. A tarot reader would also say that you're very cunning. You seem to be incredibly intelligent, and you seem to know something that you're not sharing, either about this connection or about information that seems to impact this connection in some way. It feels like a tarot reader would warn this person that you're kind of 2 steps ahead of them, and you know more and you see more than you let on. A tarot reader would tell this person that they have very severely underestimated you. You come across on the outside as maybe somebody who's a little bit more slow moving or patient, or just kind of happy to kind of go at your own pace. But under the surface, you're moving at this speed because you're confident in where you're going, because you know that what you're doing is going to kind of work out. I feel like a tarot reader would warn this person and say, like, group 3 believes in karma. Group 3 is very much aware of the fact that what goes around comes around, and group 3 is not just playing the game but kind of invented the game. I feel like a tarot reader would tell this person that your usual tips and tricks don't work on group 3. Like, the whole kind of approach that you've been taking to this connection has not been for your benefit. Like, group 3 saw you coming from a mile away. Now, whether this is a platonic connection or a romantic connection or anything in between, a tarot reader would tell this person that they have severely underestimated you, group 3. I think that this person's energy towards you is very protective. There is a feeling here of you two not always being very friendly with each other. And a tarot reader would tell this person that you're only showing what you want them to see. You're keeping the best parts for yourself. You're keeping the best parts for yourself and for other people who are worthy of that side of you. there is a weird feeling here of you kind of being a different person than what this person sees of you. I'm even hearing I'm better off because of you. So there is this interesting dynamic here of like a villainous kind of energy. It's giving revenge. I feel like a tarot reader would tell this person that you're trying your best to be successful as a form of revenge, either towards this person or towards the other people in your life who have made you feel like you couldn't be successful, like you weren't worthy. So a tarot reader would tell this person that you're somebody that a lot of people seem to overlook or underestimate, or just assume that you're kind of not as full of potential as you are. You have a lot of purpose, I want to say. Like there's an energy here of you're saving the best for last, is what it feels like. I'm going to pack this up and get some tarot cards out now. Or we can go around, actually. Spirit saying go around. Okay, we'll leave these cards out here. We'll bring out my little deck. Spirit, how would a tarot reader describe group 3 to their person, Spirit? Some of you guys were a late bloomer, or you've had a glow up recently. I think that you've had people around you for a while just seeing you one way. And this person may have been one of those people who just see you one way. But there's so many layers to you. And it feels like you're peeling back some of those layers. And you're saving the best for last, is what it feels like. So there's an energy here of glowing up or getting better. Spirit, how would a tarot reader describe group 3 to this person? We have the 9 of Cups reversed. I'm going to fix the camera. We have the 6 of Wands upright. We have the 2 of, what is that, Wands. And we have the 3 of Pentacles. Why am I seeing 4 Pentacles if that's supposed to be 3? Don't know. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, what's going on here? Why is that just like raise it into the heavens? At the back of the deck is the Fool card. I'm going to put it over here. We can kind of fit in, I guess, a little bit. Maybe. Okay, so here's the thing. Tarot is helping to kind of fill in the gaps. There is an ego energy here more than anything. So that kind of tells me that your connection to this person could be very surface level. Either it hasn't fully developed yet, or this person doesn't kind of get the depths of who you are. There's not really a strong spiritual aspect to your connection. There is an interesting play between your egos, and there is an interesting energy here of trying to kind of show your best self and putting your best foot forward and projecting the best version of who you are in a public space. So a tarot reader would probably tell this person that you're very aware of the attention that you receive. There is some sort of energy here of you being aware of how many eyes are on you, or of how many people notice you. You may be someone who is keeping track of this person as well, and kind of how involved they are. You may have this person restricted in what they're able to see and what they're able to access. So if there is a social media connection here, I feel like this person doesn't always see everything that you post. You've restricted them so that they can only see certain things, if that's relevant to your journey. If you don't have this person on social media, tarot reader would tell this person that you're very conscious of the image that you put out. You don't always like people to have full access to you. You're very selective over who you collaborate with, over who you share your energy with, and over how much access people get to you. You don't like to be somebody that other people are over reliant upon. You don't want too many people to expect too much of you. And you're very careful about how much you open up to others. You seem to be afraid of showing your most vulnerable side. So there's a very small group of people who you truly rely on. And I feel like at times you're over-reliant on those people to the point where like there's almost an inability here to self-soothe. Like you kind of need those people there as your safety people, as your comfort people when things go really wrong. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just sort of listing it as I feel it. A tarot reader would tell this person that you are in a stage in your journey where you're trying to kind of start fresh. You're trying to turn a new leaf. You're trying to be somebody who is optimistic and hopeful about their future, and who is also trying to leave the past in the past. If this is a newer connection or a newer person in your life, a tarot reader would tell this person that you are ready to kind of take this connection on. You're in a space where you are kind of looking for this person's attention and to kind of see how interested they are. I feel like you and this person have similar interests or shared hobbies that make the two of you very compatible. A tarot reader would tell this person that if they don't know you well yet, they should kind of make that effort to get to know you better, because you're only seeing like one side of who group 3 really is. There's many more layers, and I think that when we peel back a few of those layers, you and this person have a lot more in common than what you realize. I think a tarot reader would help ease this person's concerns by telling them that group 3 is somebody who is very private, selective, and doesn't just kind of open up immediately. You're not like an open book. We have to slowly work through the storyline, reading sentence by sentence and getting to the core of this book's message, who they are and why they are the way that they are. So a tarot reader would say that there's a lot of like potential here, but group 3 is somebody that is very careful about opening up because they don't necessarily want to take on more than they can manage right now. If this is someone that you've known for a while, a tarot reader would tell this person that the two of you still have a lot of potential to make this connection transition into a further place. Like there's still a road here that the two of you can walk down. A tarot reader would tell this person that regardless of your history together, there is potential here to have a future with each other that involves mutual interests, travel, getting to know each other better, being able to spend private time together, one-on-one time together, also having moments where you feel a little bit trauma bonded together because of your experiences. A tarot reader would tell this person that this is very much a opportunity to kind of try something new with group 3. So that's kind of what I'm seeing so far. I want to look at how a tarot reader would describe the potential of this connection to your person, regardless of whether you've known them for a while or a short amount of time. I feel like you all, with that 2 of Wands, have potential here. Spirit, I'm going to put that riddle card to the side for now. How would a tarot reader describe the potential of this connection to this person, Spirit? How would a tarot reader describe the potential of this connection to this person? We have the King of Stars. We have the Chariot reversed. We have the Page of Wands, and we have the 8 of Cups reversed. At the back of the deck is the Page of Stars. So I believe that a tarot reader would kind of ask this person to be very clear about what their intentions with you are. They would tell that person, be very clear about what your intentions with group 3 are. And then they would warn that person that you're in no position to play games. So you need to approach group 3 with a sense of stillness almost. I feel like this person has qualities that are very compatible with your nature. I'm seeing an energy here of this person being very patient, very practical, very slow moving, and very understanding. You need that in your life. A tarot reader would say that the two of you are highly compatible as companions because of the stability that this person brings into your life, and because of the emotional intimacy that you reward them with when they prove to be patient with you. A tarot reader would say that this is a connection that cannot move fast. This is a connection that seems to serve a very specific role in your lives. And it's important that while we create room for this connection, we also keep space for other areas of our life to fully function. We cannot be wholly and solely reliant upon the individuals in this connection to fulfill all of our needs. A tarot reader would tell this person that the purpose of this connection is to be able to show up as supportive, consistent, reliable, either mentors, partners, or leaders, while also giving each other the space to be able to express, explore, and feel whatever they need to feel without judgment and without restriction. This is a connection that inspires growth, expression, passion, purpose, but it cannot facilitate that. You aren't being expected to mentor each other, but you do have this energy here of curiosity and intrigue. You both share interests and passions that you are each learning to cultivate. There's this energy of I'm learning, and so is group 3. And together we can learn more about what this means for us. You guys may have a common interest that really kind of brings you closer together. And as that interest wanes or fluctuates, so too does the connection. I think with the 8 of Cups reversed, a tarot reader would tell this person that the purpose of your connection is to understand how you can each fit in each other's lives while also getting fulfillment from other connections, other things. If this is a romantic connection, a tarot reader would warn this person about expecting too much from each other. There is this feeling here of you guys burning really bright and then feeling that passion kind of fizzle out at times. And I do think that you can't kind of smother each other or you'll smother out that spark. So there has to be room to cultivate other forms of friendship, connection, love, and support in tandem with whatever this is. A tarot reader would tell this person that the purpose of your connection is to make sure that you're getting fulfillment from every aspect of your life that you need it from. There is a strong foundation of support here and companionship here, but there's also this awareness of I can't be the one to give you all of that all the time. I think that this is someone who comes into your life for a very specific reason. And when that reason is fulfilled, it may appear like they've just come into your life for a season. This is a connection that may need evaluation. We may start it feeling very confident in what this person's role is. Well, they're my cousin, they're my best friend, they're my lover, they're my partner, they're my whatever the heck this connection is. And then as our interests change, so too does our attachment. We start to question, well, how do we fit into each other's lives now? Where do we stand with one another? As long as you're open to developing this connection, through cycles and stages of learning more about each other and in your individual interests, as well as making room in your life for this person to develop into other areas of your life, then this connection has potential to last long term. I'll be honest though, my group 3s, I'm feeling like this is a connection that has more potential within a platonic capacity. As friends or as family members, this can be someone that stays in your life for a very long time if you're able to make room for them to fit into other areas of your life. But if this is a love interest, it feels like smothering each other makes the spark go out. And it's very easy for the two of you to feel like you're just kind of, it was a quick burn and it went out really quickly as well. You know what I mean? If you're love interests, it's hard for the two of you to make this connection last without trying to understand how to adapt that platonic bond as well. You need a platonic foundation in this connection in order for the interest, the romantic interest, to stay there. So that's what a tarot reader would tell this person. I want to have a look now at how the two of you impact each other. I feel like a tarot reader, I need to write this down, in your extended reading, one of the main things I want to ask group 3, I'm thinking of it now, is how you feel about each other. Like where you stand type of thing. Your energy. We're going to do an energy check-in. Because it's just, I think we won't have time for it here, but I think we need to do that in your extended reading. How do you feel about each other and where do you stand with an energy check-in? But now I just want to have a look at how you impact each other. So starting with this person's energy, how does group 3 impact this person's spirit? What would a tarot reader tell this person? We have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. We have the 2 of Cups upright. Wow. We have the Magician. And at the back of the deck is the Fool cord. Okay, let's go out a little bit so we can fit it all in. I think we have to go out further. That's a bit better. All right, let's go to your side. How does this person impact group 3 spirit? How does this person impact group 3? Okay, we have the 5 of Wands coming out first. Then we have the 7 of Wands reversed. Wowzers, we have Dark Veil. I love this deck. All these additional cards, these supplementary cards, are just so helpful. And we have Temperance at the back of the deck as well. Okay, still struggling to fit it all in. Excuse me, I will be back. Okay, my group 3s, I am back. I apologize for that. My new phone stand just fell apart, but I fixed it. So let's continue. Okay, so group 3, how do you impact each other? The first thing I'm feeling in terms of like your mutual energies, I don't think I showed you this. We have the Strength card at the back of your deck, and we have the Page of Cups at the back of their deck. So I feel like between the two of you, your connecting energy is an energy that is incredibly fond. There's a softness here. There's a true sense of like compassion and companionship here. So I do think that the two of you will definitely serve a very sweet purpose in each other's lives. There is a fondness and a softness here. There is also a very kind of boosting feeling here, a very validating feeling here of how the two of you impact each other's self-esteem, each other's passions, and each other's kind of egos. And this isn't in like a bad way. I just think that coming into contact with each other is very beneficial for how you see yourself. It's very boosting. and it makes you kind of see yourself in a different light, which seems to be a very positive light, a very kind of validating light. I think there's a lot about this connection that feels incredibly sweet and passionate, and there's like this magnetism. I think you and this person have a strong chemistry, whether this is romantic or not. You're very compatible in terms of your personalities. There's a strong sense of understanding each other's humors and just getting along really well. You and this person, if this is a family member, are probably that duo that always links up at the family events, and people, when they're around you, just see you guys laughing a lot, very jovial, very happy. And a lot of people get happy seeing you together as well. So there is a beautiful energy there of you two having a strong, soft bond. Now, I think in terms of how you impact this person is definitely they have moments where they feel like they're in over their heads with the Fool card reversed. You definitely challenge them. And there are times when they feel like you're cut from different cloths. You guys may have differences in the way that you like to do things. You may come from different backgrounds. You may have different kind of approaches to challenges to life. You may have these kind of obvious differences in your appearance or how you were raised. But outside of all of that, you're incredibly compatible with each other. You're almost always on the same page. Even if you don't believe in the same things or share the same opinion, you always seem to have room for the other person's space. I feel like you impact this person by helping them feel like they are loved and supported when they're around you. You make room for this person and they genuinely value your connection. They feel a sense of connection with you and care and support that they don't feel with other people. Well, regardless of how serious this is, regardless of how long you've known each other, they're already recognizing a strong friendship between the two of you, a strong bond that seems to exceed where they stand with other people and how other people make them feel. This person feels already, especially if this is a newer connection, like they are somebody that they can rely on, and they are somebody that they want you to be able to rely on as well. There is this feeling of showing up for each other and really kind of enjoying this connection for what it is right now. The way that you've impacted this person is by making them actually think about what they need to say, what they need to do. I feel like a lot of the time this person is, I'm hearing still, so that might resonate for some of you, but they're still trying to show you their best side. They're afraid of like you seeing everything. So I get that sometimes they are diplomatic with how they speak, with what they say, and just with how they act around you. This magician energy makes me think that they like to be charming and charismatic and funny and attractive for those who are asking about a romantic interest. They want you to see them in a good light, in a light of like, wow, group 3, like this person is amazing, you know? And they care about how you see them. This person may at times feel a little bit self-conscious, regardless of how close the two of you are. They almost want to always show you this picture-perfect version of themselves. And I think with the 8 of Pentacles reversed, there is still a question mark over the longevity of this connection. I think that at times this person feels like you impact them by making them sort of question how much longer they can keep this up with you. So for those who resonate as this being a platonic connection, I believe that this 8 of Pentacles is more in reference to the highs and lows that they're going through and how they can continue to make space for you while also handling their goals, their responsibilities. This person is someone who I feel works hard, but also expects a lot of kind of room to be able to decompress in between their work ethic. So whether they're a hard worker in their career or they're currently learning something that requires a lot of time and patience, they feel like you're impacting them currently by kind of reminding them of how much they need to like decompress away from the things that they're committing a lot of their time and their energy towards. This person feels youthful when you're around you, and that's not always a good thing, unfortunately. Sometimes it feels like the kind of youthfulness that is linked with foolishness and naivety, but other times it's a youthfulness that feels playful, fun, a little bit kind of innocent in a way. I believe that you impact this person by helping them see different sides of themselves. Their personality really shifts to accommodate this connection. And because of that, they may have Gemini placements that make them mirrors of whatever energy you bring to the table. Other people around them may have commented on this, like you're a different person when you're with group 3. And they know that, but I also think that they feel like you bring out their better qualities as well. So in terms of how they impact you, your energy over here feels a little unsettled, a little restless, a little impatient, and very opportunistic. I think that this person brings out a more impulsive, maybe a little bit reckless side of you over here, because I'm seeing energies of like avoiding and trying to kind of make the most out of a limited time. So I think that at times this person may feel like the devil's advocate in your life. They may feel like they pressure you or influence you to do things that you've tried to say no to. Their impact on you is that they seem to bring a lot of excitement, a lot of passion, but they also bring a lot of comparison. Because of this person's energy, you may often feel like you're being compared to other people in their life or to other things that they're interested in. You may struggle at times to feel like their only option, especially if they are someone with a short attention span or somebody who picks up a lot of new interests very easily. It could feel like you're constantly having to make room for this person's energy and you're having a hard time kind of keeping up with them. It also feels like this is a connection in which there are moments of feeling like you're being compared to one another. There is a competition here, a competitive energy, and it could feel like it's an external energy, like other people are comparing the two of you more than you're comparing each other. But I still think that this competitive energy is enough to kind of make you at times feel a little bit envious or even jealous. It doesn't have to be full-blown jealousy, and I don't think it's always a bad thing. I think that this is a connection that kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone and challenges you to also rise and be your best self. There is a feeling here of, with the Strength card at the back of the deck, this person inspiring you to truly tackle challenges head on and to try to be your most passionate, expressionate, creative self. They could be stimulating this within a way of expression, like how you carry yourself in public spaces or around others, or it could be within a professional capacity, you feeling like you need to keep up with them and what they've got going on. I also feel that with this person, for the Eight of Pentacles to be here reverse, it's almost like they have to kind of evolve and do things that work for you, even though they are probably more of a creature of comfort. They feel like pressured to kind of be a little bit more flexible than what they are. This person could be an air or earth sign, especially Saturn placements of Capricorn and Aquarius, but I'm also seeing Virgo and Gemini here. And then you're showing up as fiery, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius mostly. There is a little bit of watery influences of a Pisces or a Cancer, Scorpio energy here too. So we kind of got earth and air, and then more fire and water over here. That doesn't have to be your sun sign. It could just be your compatibility of like other planetary placements in your natal chart. I think that this person impacts you by kind of forcing you to recognize with the Seven of Wands reversed where your energy has been misused. I think that if you were to just not have this person in your life, there are a lot of things that you would probably avoid doing because either they're too challenging or you just feel like you don't need to do them. This person's impact in your life has you questioning that. They make you want to push yourself. They make you want to do the things that are hard to do because this person is a bit of that inspiration, but also because there's this competitive energy of trying to keep up with them. I think that there is still a feeling of trying to impress this person as well, but you take this very personally and you almost don't want to admit it to yourself. It's like a subconscious energy. It's something that you would probably just call self-development, but it is actually stemming from this person's presence in your life and how they impact the way that you see yourself. I think with the dark veil here, there are aspects of your shadow side that seem to be amplified when you compare yourself to this person. I think that there's parts of your personality that you don't really recognize or pay attention to until you're in this person's presence, and then you're almost forced to see how much you procrastinate, or you're forced to see how much you kind of say no before you give something a try. There's also an impulsive side to you that this person's presence illuminates, and there may be times where you feel like, why am I not patient enough like this person? Why am I not careful enough like this person? How do they really see me? I think that there is this energy of you questioning this connection and not always feeling completely secure in where you stand in this connection either. So this person definitely impacts your ego and mostly how you see yourself. And I do think that you struggle to admit that. I think that there's either a guilty feeling about this, or there's just like a questionable feeling about like, ugh, how badly do they impact me? So that's what I'm seeing for you, sweet souls. Let's talk about what we're covering in your extended reading now. Okay, so my group threes, I just wanted to pack those cards up. I am going to close your reading out by getting you some advice on your connection right now, but I want to talk about what we're covering in your extended reading. So we're going to do an energy check-in. I also want to have a look at how to make the most out of this connection, because I feel like for a lot of you, this connection is in your life for like a specific reason, and how to make the most out of this connection. And even though it may not be a connection that for some of you lasts a long time, there is a specific reason why y'all came into each other's lives. So we do need to have a look at that. We need to have a look at how you can make the most out of your time together. We also need to get advice on what is in your best interest, because if this connection is at its point where it's not in your best interest to continue to feed energy into it, I do want to address that. We're not just going to look at the sunshines and rainbows. Let's get a little reality check in here too. So I'm going to put underneath that reality check, depending on where you're at in your journey with this person. So before I get your advice, if that looks like something that would be very helpful for you, if you would like to extend your reading with me and make the most out of this energy by delving into those additional questions, the link to your extended reading is in the description box as well as the pinned comment. Excuse me. That link will take you to my website where I host a lot of different readings. So just make sure that you click on the right group, please. Remember your group 3 of my How Would a Tarot Reader Describe You reading that I would have posted in May 2024. So let's close your reading out now by getting some advice. Spirit, what advice would be most helpful to my group 3s at the time that they're seeing this reading? What advice will be most helpful to my group 3s at the time that they're seeing this reading? Okay. We have the heart chakra card coming out from group 3 spiritual team. What advice would be most helpful to them? We also have the 7 of Pentacles, patience and planning. And we have solar plexus chakra reversed. At the back of the deck is the Ace of Swords. So here's the thing. When it comes to advice, at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Swords being here, I feel like your overarching advice needs to be about clarity. I think that regardless of when you came to this reading, you guys need to stay open to embracing all information. You don't want to get into a position where the answers were right in front of you, but you just kind of refuse to be aware of them, if that makes sense. So I feel like your spiritual team really wants you to stay open to information. Embrace new ideas, embrace communication. I think that at this stage, this connection is probably experiencing an opportunity here to use information to better understand how to get the connection moving forward. But if you're not embracing that information, if you're not communicating, things are going to feel stagnant and stale instead of adaptive and regenerative. It seems with heart chakra here that your spiritual team really wants you to stay in tune with your heart's most inner workings, with what your heart truly wants and with what your heart truly values. The heart chakra is talking about staying true to what you feel, staying true to what your heart needs and wants. There is a balance here between what is good for you and what you feels right for you. Some things about this connection don't always feel good. And I think that there's a lot of people externally that may have opinions about this connection, but there's a part of this connection that just feels right. It feels in your heart that there are certain things that you need to do, or you just won't be satisfied. If you don't try that little bit harder, if you don't put that little bit of extra effort in, if you don't do the things that you want to do, then you won't be fully satisfied with where this connection stands. So when it comes to head versus heart, the head is there for inspiration, but the heart seems to lead when it comes to decision making. With this 7 of Pentacles being here, I do feel like this advice is about the patience that is required in this connection, whether it's in the beginning, the middle, or towards the end of the stages of this connection. Y'all are going to really be tested, and the tests are in the plans, because this is the kind of connection that needs to work by adapting. So if this connection can't adapt to fit other areas of your life, other areas of interest, it's going to be a connection that feels challenging. Platonic connections have a stronger chance of surviving those adaptive changes. Romantic connections need to have a strong platonic foundation in order to be long-lasting. Remember that. There needs to be time invested in each other actively in order for this connection to withstand the tests of time. Y'all need to actively choose to invest time in one another. With the 3 of, well, this is technically the solar plexus chakra, so it's just the 3rd chakra. With this beautiful energy being blocked, I feel like Spirit is saying we can't always pass the buck here. There's a procrastination energy in this group, especially in my viewer. And I feel like there are certain things that you just can't afford to procrastinate, or you sacrifice opportunity. You sacrifice the opportunity to build a closeness, to foster that connection, and to move the connection forward. If you sacrifice action, you're sacrificing opportunity in this connection. And that's something that Spirit wants you to be aware about. There's also going to have to be an awareness of how much this person is willing to give to you too. If they're not stepping up, either address it or accept it for what it is. I do think that there are moments in this connection where it feels like one person is giving more than the other. And we also need to reevaluate at that stage, well, what is our heart telling us about this? And is this an opportunity to communicate how we feel? Or is this an opportunity to see things for what they truly are and to reestablish ways that we can fulfill our own emotional needs? So that's what I'm kind of seeing in the first part of your reading. I'm going to end your YouTube reading here and deep dive into that extended now. So if this is where you are leaving us, if you're not joining us in the extended, thank you so much for all of your time right here on YouTube. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for exchanging energy with me and supporting me over here. I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead until our paths cross again. Bye.